Hello, Miss Bell's Algebra 2 class. This is April 9th, and this is going to be homework, and I don't think it's due until the 12th, I imagine, but many of you may have gotten this done in class. It goes pretty quick. We are looking for just simplifying these radicals and square roots, and we are to break them down into the factors of the number that's in the square root and try to get a one that is going to be a perfect square. And we made a list at the beginning of class. You may want to pause this, but we made a list of all the perfect squares at the beginning of class, 1 through 15. 15 squared is 225, and you have all this list here so that you can easily see, okay, what perfect squares am I looking for? So when you take the square root of that number, for instance, let's talk about number one, how this works. Okay, so 252, you could start listing and it would take you forever, all of the factors of 252. Or you could go in your calculator like Miss Bell had us do. We just hit y equals and we go to 252 and we hit divided by the x, that x right there, okay? And then go ahead and hit your table, and here you have all factors listed for you of 252, okay? What we're going to look for is one factor that's going to be a perfect square. And as I go through, and how do I know? Well, use this list that's back here, this perfect square. Notice I found 36. And 36, if you multiply it by 7, 36 times 7 gives you that 252. So if you take the square root of 36 times the square root of 37, you'll get the square root of 252. Now, the square root of 36 is 6, so I just bring that out, and I leave the square root of 7. So this is this radical simplified to 6 square root of 7. That's all you do. All right, so this one, if you were to put it in your calculator the same way, you would find 49 listed there as the first perfect square that you come to, and it's multiplied by 2. So what is the square root of 49? You can bring out of that a 7. And so out of the radical, it comes a 7. And you have the square root of 2 left over. This obviously would be 100 times 2 square root. Square root of 100 is 10. So the only thing under the square root now is 2. This would obviously be 9 times 2. 9 is a perfect square. Square root of 9 is 3. And so you have 3 square root of 2. 128 is going to be 64 times 2. Square root of 64 is 8. So you're going to have 8 square root of 2. 24. 4 and 6. The first perfect square you come to. 4, the square root of 4 is 2, and 6 just stays under the square root. And then 343, when you put that in your calculator, you'll get 49 and 7. And 49, square root of 49 is 7, so you have 7 square root of 7. Let me pick one just out of the blue, number 6, square root of 288, just to make sure you got the whole pattern down. So I'm just going to type right over this. I'm going to put 288 divided by my x. I'm going to hit second and table. And so the first ones that I come to, let me see, 144. 144 and 2. 144, if you look at that list again, list of perfect squares, 144, that would be, ends up being 12. 12 times 12, so I have 144, and it was times 2, so square root of 2. Now, I can get rid of the square root because square root of 144 is 12, so I just have 12, and I have square root of 2. 12 times the square root of 2 would be square root of 288. Okay, very good. good luck with the rest. Goes pretty quick, and I think you'll be very successful with this.